Oh, hi, friends. Doc South here. Just saying hey. And I wanted to I don't want to say his name because well we're on the web here, but a friend of mine, a fellow who actually helped me a lot with my internet station and other computer chores. I may have to call him again soon because I noticed the keys are coming loose from my laptop. Yeesh. So far, I'm able to type around them. Yeah, you just type harder on. So far, it's just the X and the Z have come apart. Other than that, I'll have to get a hold of him. But this young fella evidently has studied hard, and he's I guess going to become well in this neck of the woods here in Northwest New Jersey. He's going to be I guess an emergency services, what would you call it, dispatcher. Yeah, and that's not easy. Oh, that's not easy stuff. And you got to get it right. That's the thing. I mean, if I can just say that from experience. I used to, believe it or not, I used to do that kind of thing when I lived down in North Carolina. It was actually, I think about it, it it was a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, it was also rather interesting to be in the middle of yeah, what would could some nights be a hornet's nest, or some nights it could be a snooze fest. Absolutely nothing happened the whole night. On occasion that would occur, but for the most part, no, that wasn't how it was. And we didn't necessarily use computers back then. This would have been the late '70s, early '80s. Computers were starting to get on the scene, but no, we were doing it by phone. So you'd get someone would call in and hey, hello, this is like XXX, rescue. Can we help you? Yeah, I don't feel too well, sir. Where do you hurt? My chest hurts pretty bad. And next thing you know, I'd say, well, can you give us your address? I'm telling you, son, my chest hurts pretty bad. Just send someone over. Yeah, but we need to know your address, sir. Yeah, sir, could you please tell us what street are you on? Well, I'm on, and bang. All you do is you hear the poor guy's head. The phone would drop, and then you'd hear his head bounce right next to wherever the phone hit first. And you just hear like gurgling and stuff. Now what do? Oh my God. Well, you call the phone company and you have them trace the call, but that takes a little while. And meanwhile, you've got the duty crew is standing there at the dispatcher window saying, "So where are we going? Guy's got chest pains. We better get there." I said, "We've called in. I'm waiting. They're working on it." Okay, I got it. I got it. And you give them out the address. Okay, we're on it. Off they go. And, they perhaps saved the guy. Most times they did, or at least they got him into the hospital. And there'd be things like that. There'd be people calling up saying, "I want you to send a police. Hello, this rescue. I want you to rescue me from my wife." What do you mean, sir? My wife won't give me my trousers. I want to go out and have a beer, and she won't give me my trousers. And I'm kind of sore, and I don't think this is a police matter, but you boys, maybe you could go talk to her. And heck, I just want to go have a beer so bad. No, no, sir, we can't do that. This is a rescue service. Well, like I said, maybe could you get me a beer and bring it over? I'll tell you what, I'll buy for everybody. No, no, sir. Well, I'll be doggone some service this is. Don't think I'm kidding. And then other times, oh my God, you get I remember I wasn't with the dispatch much, with the rescue, much more than maybe a month or two. And I certainly didn't know the city that well. And I get a call, and it's a young lady. She gives me her address, her name, says her baby. She was bathing her baby, and that when she evidently got, there must have been someone at the door. She was by herself. She figured it'd be okay. She ran to get the door. When she came back, the baby was underwater, and she was very excited, as you can imagine, very worried and frantic. And we and she spits out the address. I got the address down, but I called the duty crew, and they said, God, do you know where that is? We've never heard of that street. We've been in this town for years. You sure you got that right? I said, this is the street. And someone else, one of our guys, was listening to the conversation on scanner, like a handheld radio, perhaps at his home, or maybe he was at a restaurant. He says, wait a minute, I know where that is. You relay this to the fellas. And so he's on his scanner talking to me, or his walkie-talkie, talking to me. I'm relaying it to the guys. The guys they got the neighborhood of the city. They're in the neighborhood. They see the street by miracle. They go running up to the door, find the house, up to the door, and indeed the baby was quite blue. But they got him. They got him back. They got him back. They did infant CPR, and doggone, huh? I know. Other times, gosh, you'd get these. Oh my gosh, everything would be. You have someone call you up. They want you to send an ambulance because they got a toothache, and they just don't want to pay for a cab to go to the hospital, and they don't understand why them being taxpayers, they can't get a ride in an ambulance now and then to get that darn toothache filled. They just want to go down the other end of town to the dentist. Now, young man, why can't what? And you, besides, and of course, you tell them a toothache, we just can't do it. I mean, if it was a bullet, if you got shot in the tooth or something, okay, we'll come over. But no, he said, I didn't get shot. I just got doggone it. He says, some service you guys are. You fellas, I tell you, hangs up. I said, now, I think I did say if your wife punches you in the mouth and okay, that might do. And then there'd be things where, my gosh, there'd be maybe a car hit a train, and there's like, a train hit a car, and everybody's in oh my God, so many injuries, or a massive wreck on the highway, and and of course, I was fairly young and more of an EMT than a dispatcher, but we all had to take our turns at it. And here comes one of the old dispatchers in. He says, look, you get in that ambulance. I'll take over from here. I've been listening. I got all the data down. You get on up there. I got all I need. And so next, I go from dispatcher to riding in the ambulance off to the train wreck or what have you. Oh, my gosh. Sometimes, boy, you never knew what was coming. And then there'd be other nights you just watch TV. Maybe call up your sweetie, watch TV, and nothing had happened the whole darn night. And then other times, my God, you didn't get to bed. Oh, my heavens, you had the whole darn squad, all 20 guys out running around, practically riding their bicycles to calls. I mean, it was amazing. So this friend of mine, I think he's going to find it pretty interesting. It's a lot of it now, I guess, is computerized, and you can, I guess, you get an address when the person calls. It's all right there, and locations and et cetera. I guess if it's a smartphone, right? So, and I think he'll be working with the police as well. So this should be. I think he's going to have some stories to tell. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I don't know. I guess the best one for me was. I felt pretty proud of getting that baby saved. I felt pretty good. Other times, like I said, it was sometimes just the dumbest darn things. And I know one time I was sitting, guy comes in. In fact, I was on the call. He cracked up ran his Cadillac into a cornfield, and it actually looked like a plane crash. I don't know how he did it. But he went up in the air and he was nose first into the dirt. in amongst the corn shocks, about 20 feet in. Heaven knows how fast he was going, and he had a femur fracture. That'd be between the knee and the hip, and we had to cut his pants to get him to get the fracture stabilized. Or man, he'd have been screaming every inch of the way. And he came in and presented, "Hey, you're one of the fellows was there when I had that wreck." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, here's for you guys. Here's a bill for cutting my pants." I, I said, "Sir, you got to talk to the captain about that." So him and the captain had a talk, and I guess he decided maybe it really wasn't polite. The squad that just saved you from all sorts of pain. We used to have a skeleton in the hallway of the of the rescue squad, and I think they went and showed him the bone that was fractured, and we pointed out how if we hadn't cut his pants to set the bone and be able to see what we were doing with this traction cast we use, he would have been going right through the roof. Yeah, he finally saw things our way. He was pretty sore about his pants. Well, they were his good pants. Doggone it, tell you. And then what was the other thing? Oh, we used to love to watch wrestling. Yeah, all the different Ric Flair and all the different guys. I can't think of them all, but man, some of them we'd watch wrestling just to have ourselves a time, and well, hoping no calls came when the big the finale match was on. The tag team grudge match. Rest assured, though, it would. And there were people, if they were dispatchers, we all took turns. If certain people were dispatchers, you may as well just kiss the bunk goodbye, because you're not going to bed. You and that bunk are not going to be as one. No, no, all night long, and then some. And other guys, nothing. We'd actually come in sometimes and say, "Did you pull that phone plug out of the wall there?" No, no, it's as quiet as can be. There ain't nothing going on. Cops are all back and forth talking to one another, talking about what a pretty moon it is, nice clouds in the sky. They're all going to meet, get a hamburger. Nothing going on. Other cases, you'd get, oh my God, other dispatchers, look out, mama. Oh, look out, mama. Anyway, I guess that's it for now, friends. We'll catch you later. You all have a good evening, and again, this friend of mine will, well, he's watching that computer screen, and yeah, I think he's going to do a great job. I think he is. I'll see you later. Thank you, and God bless.